anything and do as he pleases. I told him I personally didn't see an issue, but it wasn't my call. Because remember you called him my fishing buddy? So let's be very clear on who's saying what here.
Then here's the problem. He is the one that's turned it around and said, you were the one that told him that you
Yes, he
put the
did.
fire bricks there and he
And
I
again, we
shouldn't,
sat here
he
and
could use his
and I
site the way he
clarified.
wants to.
I never told him he could. I told him I didn't see a problem with it.
Then you're seeing the other side of it.
You're not listening. He did tell us.
What
that
I'm
he would.
asking for is some support. Is what I'm asking for.
What I'm
What
asking
did
for
they
is
get?
documentation next time. If you are so
I-
threatened, I'll read it again. Several times this summer, did you ever call Scott to talk to him? Yes or no?
No, I didn't.
All right. So
I
now,
did talk to him a couple of times.
did you
but I
ever
didn't-
document after the 2 strikes? Because you were gonna document, was it never documented? Was anything ever signed? Did you ever, was notified that one more out of line situation he's
No,
going?
it wasn't.
He's never been notified that he was
It
on
wasn't.
probation.
It wasn't.
I'm not saying what he did is wrong, but there's gotta be procedures to follow.
I understand.
And I will support you to the hilt if there's procedures and we know of those procedures. That's the bottom line.
That's fine. I have no problem with that. I'm asking for some support. If somebody comes to you guys and I made a decision, all I ask you guys to take and come and talk to me why I made that decision. Before you give the individual, well, he done it wrong or whatever, you know? There is reasons for making a lot of decisions on it.
Okay, after listening to all of this, I think it would be appropriate to invite the camper to attend our next meeting to give his side of the story and postpone a decision after such time. Anybody agree or disagree with that?
agree.
That's
Who's
fine.
gonna ask the camper to attend?
I'll
Were
write
you
a
gonna
letter.
ask him?
Okay.
We do have name and address of him, correct? Okay.
Scott, how difficult would it be to go to Antrim County and find that report from 2014?
You could probably have it in about 5 minutes if you wanted it.
I guess before the next meeting, I'd like to take a look at that.
I will, I'll check up on that tomorrow
Thank you.
and get you a copy.
We'll get some documentation on it.
Okay.
We might wanna look at our campground rules then and see if it includes a procedure for this.
Exactly.
I don't think it does.
There's nothing on it.
There's
We always
nothing-
lift it up at the
there's nothing
discretion
there.
of the
Or after a while, because
manager.
he didn't document anything, but do we give him any guidance in that?
I believe back when we
Not till now.
wrote the rules 3 years ago, 4 years ago, when Brian Graham had looked at them, it was his recommendation that as an employee that Lyle is, that he does not enforce the rules, rather looks at them. Scott would be the law enforcement for that. He was supposed to call Scott in a law enforcement issue or something such as this nature. I would say he should have called Scott.
We're talking about guns and.
In the answer to your question, Joe, he did call me.
Situations like.
Pardon me?
He did call me.
Lyle did? Oh, okay.
And then my conversation the same day was, I called Larry and,
Okay.
followed up the chain of command, so.
And I talked to Lyle, I talked to Leila.
So then
So
we should
it's-
have a chain of command for the
And I took it to the attorney to get his opinion before I brought it to the council, and he said take it to the council. That's what I've done.
So what I'm asking for is clear guidance in how does Lyle handle future incidents of the same.
Okay, like the 3-strike rule or whatever.
Yeah, if there is a 3-strike, then it should be in our policy.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
He should have some procedures to follow.
I put that 3 strikes out because
And
of the
if
simple
we think
reason I
that-
don't like to just get somebody else.
That's fine, but if we're gonna accept that, then we should
That's
say so.
fine.
That if he recommends that a person be removed, then we should take that into consideration too. But,
Right.
you know, unless we wanna be down there every night, every day, we're gonna have to take the man's opinion pretty strong, pretty safe, you know. Either that or get somebody else to do it. You do trust if you don't trust Lyle. And I don't know why you wouldn't.
He's done an excellent job.
You know, and I, as far as being personal between him and the camper, I don't know.
I think that's what it truly is.
If you went stay in a motel room and they tell you you can't do that, and you continue to do it, I think the hotel manager is gonna throw you out. I don't see where there's any difference.
Well, we're gonna bring it back to the December meeting then,
November meeting,
or November,
we'll
excuse me,
send an
November.
invitation.
God, December's almost here.
Larry, can I
Okay,
say something?
November.
Just because I was on the council back then, we talk about the rules in the park to be followed, Bill. I remember specifically, and it's somewhere, that there were rules written addressing exactly that. And it was decided that the campground manager would report incidences to the police department, and the police department would handle them. And that was per Brian Grant. And so that's been done for a couple of years, and that policy's been in place. And
Okay,
incidences like that were to be reported to the police department, because they're the only ones that have authority to remove somebody from the park.
okay.
And that was from Brian Grant, so I'm just saying, that's
You already
there
did-
somewhere if
You
you
already did
look,
that.
if you look for it.
And the procedure would be the same, is, you know, he would report to you at a meeting, hey, we have these issues or this issue, to bring to your guys' attention. And if there's a request to say, hey, this person needs to be warned, or this person needs to be notified, person needs to be kicked out of the park, that's your guys' decision to do.
Well, that's what I mean, we don't have a procedure for that though.
What's that? I think you do.
Yeah, we
Do
do.
we give a written warning to the person?
Well, you guys can ultimately decide what you want to do.
That's
And
what I mean.
I would get away from the three strike policy, because if it's an issue of safety and
Safety,
security,
right.
you don't want to give them three strikes.
Right.
No,
Okay. If it's something about, you know, burning after hours or being loud or something, I mean, those are things that you can give people written notices and warnings, and, I mean, you guys can make that decision on a case-by-case basis. You know, does it need somebody from the board to come talk to them? Does it need a written letter? Does it need, you know, you to be escorted out of the park? And that's where I come in. Or do they get a citation for violating some type of state law or whatever, or village ordinance? Those are things you guys can decide. So it'd be no different than me coming to you and telling you about a complaint, he can do the same thing, Sam could tell you the same thing on issues that really did him.
Guys, I'll make a motion that we table the campground incident until next month, at which time we will ask the camper to attend and make a decision on it.
Table until he can make it, let's,
Table it until he can make it.
because we have all,
Got all winter.
Yeah. Do you even know where he lives? To ask the man to come back here
that's.
next month to answer your questions about hearsay, sounds like personal dispute, undocumented stuff. Seems like a stretch to me if I was the person being asked to do that.
but it
That's all
should be
I'm saying.
within a certain time, should
You just,
not just indefinite.
So, I need that motion.
Make it for what, 3 months or something, or 4?
Are you willing to go out there and talk to him? I mean, I think it's asking an incredible amount. for
I
him
don't
to
know
come here
where
and
he
answer
lives,
you.
I have no idea where he lives.
On no criminal charges, nothing documented, and you want this man to drop his personal life and come back here. And I'm just saying, are you willing to do the same for him?
I don't know where he lives.
But you're asking him to come back. What if he lives in Alaska? No, you laughed. You said you don't know where he lives.
I'll go interview him.
There you go.
One way
I'm
ticket.
just saying, think it through, because from sitting here listening, it seems like a lot of hearsay, personal disputes. Sounds like two people ought to be put in a sandbox and spanked until they learn to get along, honestly. I mean, that's all I'm saying. Just don't jump to things tonight, maybe, when everybody's hot-headed about it.
I think we ought to ask him to attend our next meeting. If he can't, he'll give us an excuse.
And we can make a decision from there on whether to postpone again or whatever.
All right, good. November meeting.
So I made that motion already.
I'll second.
Supported by Rob. Any further discussion?
he has no reason to say.
All in favor of the motion? Say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Move this to next month.
I'd also make it, I'd like to make a motion to approve the phone until we have this issue worked out.
I disagree with that totally. He has to know now whether we're gonna hire
We should
him.
postpone action item C until this issue is worked out.
Oh, I don't see.
There's no reason to postpone it. I wanna make a motion, we hire Lyle back next year if he's willing.
I'll support that.
Been moved and supported. Any Roll call vote?
Mosley,
No.
Chapman,
Yes.
Clark,
Yes.
Bear.
I would really like to see this resolved.
It can be resolved whether he's here or not.
I'm gonna say yes.
Yes.
Yes. D, brush pickup.
Make it real easy, brush pickup we've done every year for the last couple of years, twice a year. It's turned out real good. People can bring out their small piles of wood by the road, the DPW goes through during that week.
Post the exact same thing she's always posted on
Yeah.
the Facebook page.
Yep. So, I believe it's 6 inches in diameter, 4 foot long roughly. Or
6 foot long, 4 foot in diameter. She's got it.
4 foot in
She's
diameter.
got it all figured out.
Okay.
Yeah, she's got it all figured out.
So I make a motion that we do the brush pickup again, and that would be for the week of November 2nd through the 6th.
And moved and supported. We have brush pickup.
Where is the bus going?
November
The 2nd through the 6th, yep.
2 through 6.
Just put out
All in
here.
favor of that motion?
Just take it to somebody else's house.
Carried. No business. Any further public comment?
I'd just like to say, I think it's great that Big Brother and Little Brother are represented at the council. You know, who's gonna win Saturday? Go blue.
Go green!
That was my idea.
Rob's idea.
All right.
I thought it'd be fun.
I love it.
They have to.
Joe just made the motion. Ernie, Bill.
They got along for the whole time.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you all for coming.
We're gonna bring that up. I can't do it now, it's too late, but I will bring it up.
If Michigan State can sit there and get along, 2 people on the bus television.
Or Notre Dame next week.
Do they have no clothing?
I think
I don't know, maybe.
Notre Dame's
Just,
right.
just look that up.
Notre Dame's right also.
They're always right.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you.
They beat me.
Family friend, work it out. I think you do a great job for our park.
Yeah, I know.
A conflict between
Saturday will be a great game.
friends for 40 years.
Yeah, it's in the big house.
Got all the makings.